Yeah, this is the Marv 800 back once again, and in today's video, I want to do my wrestling magazine collection part 4. I found some more of my rare wrestling magazines I'd like to show. And I'm not going to go into depth in some of these. A lot of them, like, I'll just show the covers and that in the year, but I might go in depth with a couple of them here. But there's a lot here, so I kind of want to get through it. So anyways, here we go. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, March of 88, 1987, the year in wrestling. Inside Wrestling from December 73. These are the ones I found. I have put away. I have a lot more wrestling magazines still yet than this. I have some in my closet I haven't shown yet, and some downstairs in boxes. So I have a lot of wrestling magazines. I know I've shown 3 parts before in the past, but I still have a lot I haven't shown yet. But I have a huge wrestling magazine collection. So here's one from September of '88, All-Star Wrestling. Wrestling Live from February 1988. Pro Wrestling Illustrated 2009, the year in wrestling, March 2010. Morton winning Wrestler of the Year, of course. Pro Wrestling Illustrated PWI 500, Chris Benoit wins in 2001. I have a bunch of these PWI 500s laying around, but I think this might be the only one in the video for today, but I have more of them. I think I got all the PWI 500 issues up to the present, except for the newest one with The Miz, but I just don't have them all in this pile right now. Wrestling Review, March 1973, but did one with Harley Race on the cover. Here's Inside Wrestling from September 72, pretty oldie but goodie. Here's Superstar Wrestlers. These are really good back in the day. They show a lot of color pictures. This one's from December of '88, not too bad. And then here's a good one, a Wrestling Scrapbook, Volume 1, the very first one they ever did. I'll just quickly show a couple pictures in here. You got wrestlers like Hulk Hogan in it. Of course, Hulk's going to be in it. And then they also get a color picture of Hulk at the front too, the Wrestling Scrapbook. And you just got people like Tommy Rich, Paul Orndorff. There's a good one of Harley Race. It's just got a whole block of wrestlers in it. There's the back with Ivan Putski. I think this came out around '83, I think. That's the very first Wrestling Scrapbook I ever did. That's probably worth a good collector's item. The Wrestler, July of '72. Wrestling Yearbook 74. Now, I think a couple of these I might have shown before, maybe that were in the pile that I was reading, but I think they might have been, most of them aren't, though. Wrestling Yearbook 74, Buddy Kotick. I remember showing this one before, but it was in the pile with the ones I've been reading, so. Wrestling Review, February 74, Vivian Vachon on the front. March of 1989, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, 1988, the year in wrestling. Here's an old school WWF magazine from the very first year, very rare, December of '84, with Sergeant Slaughter on the front. Very rare to find these, the old WWF site from the first couple of years, like '84, '85. Very rare to get. Hulkamania from 2002, the Special Collector's Edition. I had 2 of these, I actually have doubles of this, so there's another one I think in the pile. But there's the first one. And then I got Pro Wrestling Illustrated September of '84 with the Road Warriors. Look at that cover. That's a great cover. With a giant centerfold of Hulk Hogan in the metal. I didn't take some of these. A lot of mine still have the posters in and some don't. But most of them, the posters are still intact, unless somebody's already took them out. But then we got another Hulkamania. Like I just said, I got doubles out. There's another one. WWF magazines for September 1990. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan with the old belt from August 1984, Wrestling All-Stars. Another one of Hogan with the old belt from November '84, Wrestling's Main Event. And then Pro Wrestling Illustrated February '82 with Ric Flair. Love that cover. And then Wrestling Live from April of '87, Piper. NWO 2002, but just switched it if that's April's issue. Still under WWF, yeah, it was still under WWF. I don't think it was, the first one was May or June, I think. Finally went to WWE, but that's still under WWF, and that one come out. Very good one to have with the NWO on it. And then here's Official Wrestling Showdown from November of '84 with Hogan and Backlund. The only thing I used to hate about Official Wrestling It's the photos and that they used inside. Very sloppy. Like they didn't do a very good job with the photography and stuff like that in this magazine. But I still have a few of them in my collection. Inside Wrestling, October of '88, the Mega Powers meet the Mega Bucks. Pro Wrestling Illustrated for December of '82, Hogan's first ever PWI cover. Well, it's not his very first with just him on the cover. He was on other ones previous, but this is the very first one, just him on it only, on the cover from December of '82. Very good one to have for Hogan fans. Then another Hogan cover, Wrestling's Main Event, May of '84. Hulk Hogan wins WWF title. It doesn't actually show him with the title on that one, but it says wins WWF title, which is probably a really good one to have. And then here's another Wrestling's Main Event from August of '85. WWF magazine for April '91 with the Hulkster. And then WWF magazine from July 1987 with Hogan on it. Very good one to have, a Hulkster. One of my favorite covers. And then here's another wrestling arm with Randy Macho Man Savage from August of '87. Great cover with the Macho Man. Very good one to have. These wrestling guys, I liked them back when they put a lot of good colored pictures in their magazine, along with the wrestlers as well. And then Pro Wrestling Illustrated for September of '09, mid-year part with Randy Orton on the cover. PWI turns 30. That's a good one to have. Another wrestling with Hulk Hogan from September of '88. Another wrestling eye from March of '88. Here's a good one. January of 2000, WWF's Greatest Champions of All Time. The wrestling list, which I bought this when it first came out. This is a good one to have come out January of 2000. The Greatest WWF Champions of All Time. The Hulk Hogan and Bruno Sammartino got the highest ratings in the issue. It just says the Greatest WWF Champions of All Time. How they rate in 15 group categories: a Stone Cold #1, or could it be Hogan, or one of the following: Backlund, Sammartino, Hart, Morales, Michaels, and Savage are all the ones that made the list. But Hogan and Sammartino got the highest ratings. And the next ones I'm going to show, I'm going to leave these two to last because I kind of want to go in more details with those ones. Here's Superstar Wrestler from March of '87. And I'll quickly show inside here. I'm going to show Misty Blue Sims, who I really like. She's in my background. Here's a good couple shots of Misty Blue. She's my all-time favorite. Right at BC Alec 84 knows how much I like Misty Blue. She was great. Not only was she pretty in that, but she's also a very good wrestler, by the way. A lot of people don't know, but Misty Blue Sims actually, very hot. Misty Blue Sims actually trained and graduated from Killer Kowalski's wrestling school, so she was a good wrestler. Don't let her looks fool you. She was at one time the greatest woman wrestler in the world, Misty Blue Sims. She was great. Not only was she good looking and had a good body, but she was also a very good wrestler. Like I said, she graduated from Killer Kowalski's wrestling school, so don't let her looks fool you. She was very, very hot, but a very good wrestler too. And then you got September of 1987 Superstar Wrestlers with Ivan Koloff on the front. Official Wrestling from May of '83 premiere issue with Hulk Hogan. Superstar Wrestlers from February of '88. The Big Book of Wrestling with the Russians on the front, managed by Nikita Malkovich, just came out in 1972. They're on the biggest, they're on the day of strangest, biggest, strongest, whatever that tape's called. The Russians, it shows a feature on them on that tape. By the way of Coliseum Home Video. PWI 2001 Insiders Poll. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, December of 1989. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, Dusty Rhodes from November of '89. Pro Wrestling Illustrated from December of '89, 100th Anniversary Special. I'm trying to get through these as quick as I can. British Bulldog, November 1982, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. The Wrestler combined from 2011, Volume 39 with John Cena. Inside Wrestling, the one that's double with The Miz, which came out in 2010. Miz and Sheamus is on the other side. Here's one with Nikita Koloff from November of '87 PWI. Another official wrestling from January of '84. Another Pro Wrestling Illustrated from February '92. Hogan on the front. One with Luger on the front. DiBiase. Inside Wrestling's Computer Tournament 1985 from April '95. Other superstar wrestlers from December of '87. Days Magazine, September 1981. Days Magazine, July 1989. Days Magazine, October of '88 with the Hulkster. WWF Magazine, June 1989. Wrestling Eye with Sergeant Slaughter, January of '86, the second ever issue of Wrestling Eye. The Wrestler from December of '87, Hogan. WWE Magazine, John Cena, 2006. Wrestler Inside Wrestling Special. The Wrestler from May of '86, Von Erichs. September of '87, The Wrestler. Pro Wrestling Illustrated from July of '88. WWE Magazine from February 2007, John Cena covered with the dogs, very cool. PWI Wrestling from November of '88 with Hulk Hogan. I'm trying to get through this as quick as I can so I can fit all these in here. WWE Magazine from Holiday 2000, Stephanie McMahon looking very hot in the front. WWE Magazine from 2007 with Batista. 1999 Wrestling Annual. You got Hogan in the front with Goldberg, Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock, The Rock, and Sabu. The Wrestler from December '77, Billy Graham. PWI of the Year in Wrestling, Steve Austin Wrestler of the Year 2001 review. Good issue. October 2005 with Carlito and Tori and Candice Michelle. WWE SmackDown issue from June of '05, John Cena to win the title from WrestleMania 21. Here's one from PWI from March 1995, 1994, year in review. Hogan wins Wrestler of the Year, of course. The 500th anniversary issue. I have doubles of this. This is one of the copies, but I do have another one. This is the 500th anniversary issue of WWE Magazine. I've got another one up in plastic. I've got two copies. One I'm reading, one I got up in plastic that I don't read. Here's one from August 2006, Tori Wilson with the hot dog, real original. The hot dog and the mustard. Figured that was coming on there. And then we got one from April of '87, 1986, the year in wrestling. Here's a couple of Diva magazines. Here's the 2006 of Trish. I didn't get all the Divas magazines, but I got a couple here. One from 2002. That was the second one I ever did. I don't have the first one with Lita on it. That's the second one with Trish on it. Then here's the 2003 Desert Heat. And then Divas on Dresses is my favorite with Stacy Keibler on the cover. Very good one, Divas magazine. I didn't get them all. Like, I don't have 04, I don't have 07. I didn't get all the Divas magazines, but I got some. And then Let the War Begin. WWE versus TNA from January of '06. Styles and Cena on the front. 2003, the year in review. Kurt Angle, PWI. 2000 Wrestling Annual. And another Wrestling Life from February of '88. Got doubles with Misty Blue, Hulk, and Ricky Morton, which I showed you. Got doubles of that one as well. So, and also the 25th anniversary of Pro Wrestling Illustrated with Hulk Hogan, which I wanted to keep to the end. This is the 25th anniversary. Hogan, it says the Hulkster Hulk Hogan ranks are coming for a record 81st time. That's insane. It was on over 80 covers. It's been more up to the present. That's insane. But anyways, there's the PWI 25th anniversary. So anyways, that's been me showing you my magazine collection. For this time, this is part 4, and I even have more magazines yet I might get out in time, but I definitely wanted to do this and show you my magazine collection part 4. So anyways, this has been the Marvin Hunter, and this has been my wrestling magazine collection part 4, and I'm out.